We all want our solos to be like this, but unfortunately most are more like this. Because you don't want to sound like you're disconnected, I'm going to show you how you can take an ordinary sounding solo and make it more musical. So for an example, we're going to look at playing over simple E to A chord progression, which is in the key of E. An easy scale choice that will get you started is the E major pentatonic. And for now, let's focus on these 3 hand positions. There's this one here, then this one, and this one over here. First, you just want to play these up and down until they're comfortably under your fingers. Then as soon as you feel like you're ready, you can start improvising around with them and moving them around the positions, kind of like this. Often when players only focus on playing a scale in a positions, it ends up sounding just like that, a scale. But there's an even better way to navigate around these 3 shapes. We can just play the sweet spots like this. It's so much easier to play techniques that instantly make what you're playing sound better, like hammer-ons, pull-offs, and slides. And it allows us to play with our stronger fingers. This pattern is commonly referred to as the diagonal pentatonic because it goes diagonally across the fretboard. While it helps to connect these 3 shapes, this still isn't the puzzle pieces we're looking to connect. So we're going to get to that in just a moment, but first, listen to how much stronger this shape sounds than before. Now, to start making your solos more musical, we need to change the way you think about this scale. To do this, we first want to look at the chords in each position, like here, over here, and then sliding up over here. So what we're going to do is not just be thinking about one scale, but focusing on the chords as they happen. And a great way to learn these shapes, if they're new to you, is to think of the cage system, which is actually much easier than most people think. It's simply an acronym for the common open chords. So C, A, G, E, and D. And then taking those shapes and playing them as bar chords that you can move anywhere on the fretboard. So for example, if you imagine playing an open A like this, right? And then moving up to the 7th fret, that would be an E, but in the A shape. Or take this C shape here, play it like this, move it up to 12th fret, and that would be an A, but in the C shape. By looking at chords from this point of view, just like you're copying and pasting them, it makes it so much faster and easier to move them around the fretboard. And it feels great to leverage your skills and not just be learning so many new shapes. Now, if you're looking for a way to make sense of these shapes, check out my free cage cheat sheet. It not only has all the major and minor chord shapes based on the common open chords, but also the scales that go right around them. So you can get it by scanning this QR code here or clicking the link in the description down below. Knowing the shapes that fit into the scale shape is a great start, but the problem is we actually don't need all these notes. In fact, it's actually easier to focus on even less. One of my favorite ways to simplify chords, other than, of course, the cage system, is playing them in groups of just 3 notes. So you could take this E here and just play these 3. Then for the A, you could move to this one, but only play these 3. And then connect E to A like this. By looking at chords this way, you can start to narrow down the notes that chords share and see the ones that need to move. These small chords are called triads, tri meaning 3. So we've got our chord tones for E, and A. But now let's look at the easiest way to link them together and make solos that connect and are more musical. But we still don't need all these notes. The best thing to do is just grab one note like this, a B that's in an E chord, and move it to the next nearest note, which we could go down or up. We'll go up to the C sharp, which is an A, right? Now all we have to do is use our diagonal pentatonic from earlier and put these ideas together. So I could play a phrase and then a chord tone like this. And then the same thing for A. And you can hear how it sounds like I'm playing along with the chords and connecting them. And we don't have to only play the diagonal pentatonic because A in the A chord actually falls outside of that scale, you know? So by actually playing that A, it will instantly make it sound like you're playing right along with the chords, which will make it much more melodic. Now, if we put all this together and move it up a position each time through, so you can see how making a small change to just one note can make a big difference. To put this into practice quickly, all you have to do is find one note in a chord and then a close one in the next chord and focus on that, and your solos will instantly sound better and more musical. So focusing on chord tones and changing just one note to connect with the progression can be extremely powerful, but there's something else you can do to make this approach much easier. So check out this video here where I show you what it is and how you can use it to make your solos even better.